Hello guys, my name is Philip. Today I'll talk about a little bit about the types of virtualization. The first type of virtualization was hypervisors, which took the old type of architecture, which was one application per server, and virtualized the environment so you could have many applications, VMs, for an individual app. You see right here, type 1 hypervisor and type 2 hypervisor. The type 1 hypervisor is the mainly used for business and enterprise applications because you don't have the operating system layer, which optimizes many things in the virtualization. The type 2 hypervisor you find mainly in development, programming. Oracle VirtualBox is a type 2 hypervisor. So an example is that you have your operating system, which is called host OS. You install a hypervisor and you install many VMs, which is virtual machines, each one with a specific OS, and then you can develop for each specific OS that you have in your VM. After that, it came the concept of Linux containers, which the main difference is that you don't you don't have to you don't need a guest OS for each specific VM. You gotta have your own guest OS, bins, and libs, binaries and libraries for each specific VM. You gotta have all of this for each one, and that adds up. What happens with containers is that you got a host OS and you share some features of the Linux kernel for each specific user space, which is a container. Your own OS that you use every day on a Linux is a specific user space. Right here, we have an overview of type 1 hypervisor, type 2 Linux containers. And when we talk about containers, you cannot miss saying or talking a little bit about Docker, which is the main container service that we know. Um, Linux container is not a concept created by Docker. Google had this concept before and used it in a couple of its apps. Um, what Docker uses? Mainly, Docker uses some features of the Linux kernel. The main features that it uses is namespaces and C groups to create a specific user space encapsulated so you won't mess with your current OS. Few concerns to keep in mind about Docker is security, which is improving every day with every new release. Compatibility, which is also improving. Um, as of right now, I know that Windows Server 2016 will come compatible with Docker. And the size of images. Once you create your app, you create an image, you publish to Docker Hub. Usually, after everything, the whole process, the images are quite large for the application, but there are a lot of optimizations that you can do to improve on that. Also, um, I will be creating a series of videos about Docker, how to install it, how to create your first image from a Docker file, Docker Compose, and many other commands. If you got any question, let me know in the comments below, and if you like, subscribe. Thanks, guys.